Chapter 9: Art and Science. Architecture. India is known for her rich architectural heritage throughout the world. King of all dynasties built beautiful monuments. The craftsman mastered the art of giving a fine polish to stone. Many architectural wonders have also been unearthed from the different sites of civilization. Ashoka built a large number of stupas in the honor of Lord Buddha. These stupas were hemispherical dome-shaped monuments built on Buddha's relics. The stupas were made of brick and earth. Mauryan artisans also carved out caves from rocks for monks to live in. Most famous stupa at Amravati in Andhra Pradesh was built with money given by merchants and landowners. These stupas had many sculptures depicting scenes from the life of the Buddha. A number of viharas or monasteries were also built. Some monasteries were in the form of huge caves cut into hills. These caves were decorated with beautiful sculptures. Among Hindu sculptures of the Gupta period are the reliefs on the exterior walls of the Dashavatar temple at Devgarh. About 100 kilometers south of Jhansi is the famous scene showing Vishnu asleep on the coils of the multi-headed serpent. The Pallavas built beautiful temples. The Radha temple at Mahabalipuram were carved out of a single rock. The Shaw temple is also at Mahabalipuram. It consists of 3 shrines, 2 of which are dedicated to Shiva and 1 to Vishnu. The Kailasanath temple at Kanchi was also a creation of the Pallavas. Sculptured, the Ashokan monolithic pillars are about 20 to 30 meters high and are found in various parts of Bihar like Loria Nandagarh and Loria Araraj. These bear beautifully carved animal figures at the top called capitals. At Sarnath, we can see the famous bell-shaped lion capital. This consists of 4 parts. At the base there is an inverted lotus with long petals. High above this is a drum-shaped pedestal bearing 4 chakras or wheels, facing 4 directions. Between the chakras are 4 animals: a horse, a lion, an elephant and a bull. Above this are 4 beautifully carved and polished lions sitting back to back so that they face 4 directions. The lions represented the power of the emperor. Originally, the lion supported a huge dharma chakra or wheel of law, which represented the law of the Buddha. This wheel is today in fragments. The finest examples of Indian sculpture in the 2nd and 1st centuries BC are the carvings on the rails and gateway of the great Buddhist stupas at Bharhut, Gaya and Sanchi. The sculptured panels at the stupa of Bharhut present the Jataka stories, scenes from the life of the Buddha. The next important landmark is the sculptured railings of Bodh Gaya. Notable sculptures are found at Bhai, Nasik, Karle and Bedesa in the west and Khandgiri and Udaygiri in Orissa. At Bharhut Gaya and Sanchi, Buddha in human form is never shown but symbolized by such emblems as a wheel, an empty throne, an umbrella, a bodhi tree, footprints, an elephant etc. The Pallavas and the Chalukyas were also patrons of sculpture. Mahabalipuram has many sculptures carved on rock. The most famous is Arjuna's penance. Painting. The history of painting goes back to the time when man first came on earth. He started painting on the walls of the cave in which he lived. Many such paintings have survived. In India, many prehistoric paintings have been found from Bhimbetka. With limited pigments, the artists created excellence in modeling, shading, mixing colors and drawing. The Padma pen is a part of a painting on a cave wall depicting Bodhisattva. The vibrant outlines of figures drawn with never-falling fingers of many artists and a magical control over the composition spread out on a vast area like a wall in a hall, make the viewers wonderstruck. Location. The Ajanta are located at a distance of about 60 kilometers from Jalgaon and 110 kilometers from Aurangabad. There are 30 caves at Ajanta. Period. From the painting and inscriptions in cave numbers 9 and 10, it appears that the caves had begun to appear as early as the 2nd century BC. The Iron Pillar. The Iron Pillar at Mehrauli, Delhi is a remarkable example of the skill of Indian craftspersons. It is made of iron, 7.2 meters high and weighs over 3 tons. It was made about 1,500 years ago. We know the date because there is an inscription on the pillar mentioning a ruler named Chandra who probably belonged to the Gupta dynasty. What is amazing is the fact that the pillar has not rusted in all these years. Mathematics discovery of mathematical rules around 2nd century BC. Bharparacharya come out with the first ever book on modern mathematics, Leelavati. Later in 499 AD, Aryabhatta finished his work Aryabhatti, giving a number of rules of arithmetic. Invention of algebra in Western Europe. The knowledge of algebra was borrowed, not from Greece, but from Arabs, who acquired this from India. Algebra is the Arabian name for Bijaganita. Invention of geography and trigonometry. The excavations of brickwork of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro show the people of ancient India possessed knowledge of geometry. Aryabhatta formulated the rules for finding the area of a triangle, which led to the origin of trigonometry. Numeration system. Numerals are found in the inscription of Ashoka. This knowledge traveled from India to Arab countries and from there to Europe and West. Calendar making. Discovery of measurement of time, nomenclature of days, months and years, and of calendar making was made in India. In this book, Surya Siddhanta, Latadya divided the year into 12 months. Names of the planes of the solar system were added to the days of the week. City planning. The well-planned cities of the Harappa period are a great tribute to the city planning skills of experts. There was standardization in the size of houses, baths, streets, lanes and drainage. Engineering weights and measures in the planning of cities. Engineering. The technique and technology of bronze and iron casting reached such a high degree of perfection that images several meters in height could be cast. The 2-meter-high figure of Buddha found in Bihar amply bears testimony to this. Indian steel cutlery was at one time very popular in the Roman Empire. Medicine. The Atharvaveda primarily deals with medical sciences. More than 100 medicinal herbs are mentioned for the treatment of diseases. The ancient Indian physicians studied anatomy. They devised methods to diagnose diseases and prescribed medicines for their cure. India produced 2 outstanding scholars of Ayurveda. In the 2nd century AD, Sushrota in his Sushrota Samhita describes the cures for about 1,100 diseases, including the method of operating cataract and stone diseases. He describes the use of as many as 121 implements in performing operations. Charaka Samhita of Charaka is considered as an encyclopedia of Indian medicine. Charaka describes in this book various types of fever. He mentions the cure of epilepsy, mirgi, leprosy and tuberculosis. He prescribes the use of a large number of plants and herbs for curing ailments. Science. Ancient India was very advanced in science. The Indus Valley people were scientifically advanced. Their town planning was based on scientific principles. A strict uniformity in the construction of houses, standardized weights and measures, and a uniform size of bricks found at the cities of the civilization suggests that science had reached an advanced stage. Thales, Pythagoras and Euclid are 2 well-known names in geometry. Archimedes' principle is so well known in physics. Democrats classified animals according to blood quality. Hippocrates that placed medicine on ethnical basis. Herophilus devised an instrument for measuring pulse rate. Architecture. Greek temples had something like the Garbhagriha in which the statue of the god was placed. The sculptor was the most respected man in the city-state. Paul Atletus is known for his bronze statues of athletics. Roman laws are the most outstanding contribution of the Romans. These laws helped greatly in development of trade and commerce. They contributed in art and were done in architecture. The Romans laid aqueducts to provide water to the people of Rome. The solar year of 365 days with an extra day added after 4 years was instituted in 45 BC. They had enough knowledge of making crams and windmills. July is named after Julius Caesar and August after